Welcome, my dear. Welcome back. Childhood by Marcus Nutton. Yesterday, I uploaded one video in which I compiled everything from introduction to summary to explanation and question answer also. But I have got some request. So, once again, the same chapter, and this time, line by line explanation with the figures of speech that I will do today. Okay. First of all, rhyme scheme. The rhyme scheme used in the poem is A, B, B, C, C, D. You can see the last word of every line like go, 11, heaven, geography, B, day. So go is not sounding like heaven or 11, so it is A, then 11, heaven and same, so B, B, then geography and B, they are sounding same, so CC, and this last day is not sounding like any other line, so it is D. So the rhyme scheme of the poem is A, B, B, C, C, D. Okay, and you can see there are two things highlighted below the text, that is antithesis and rationalism. So if the question will be asked that which are the lines which are telling about the rationalism, so this part you can refer to. Actually, rationalism means the poet rationalizes the lost childhood when he was 11 and he found out that hell and heaven don't actually exist, and these are not found in the geography book. There is a word ceased, that means come to an end. And hell and heaven, these are actually two opposite things put together in the same line, that's why it is antithesis. Okay, now explanation. In the above lines, the poet wonders. He wonders about when his childhood came to an end. He asked himself, was it the day he was no longer 11 years old? Or was it the day when he realized that hell and heaven existed and yet could not be found in geography or in the map? So he realized that they are imaginary places that actually do not exist in this world. So I hope now you have understood. So second stanza. When did my childhood go? After that, all the four lines which are red in colored, that shows the hypocrisy, and the word preached means talked or spoken. So let us start the explanation part. In the above stanza, the poet again repeats the same question about when did his childhood go. He wonders about the day when he started seeing the world with a new perception that adults are hypocrites and are not how they seem to be. The adults who talked of love and preached of love and yet never behaved so lovingly. So they are double faced in reality. And was that the day when his childhood go? And now the third stanza. When did my childhood go? Was that the day? These two lines are in red, and it is red because it is repeated. So the lines which are repeated in every paragraph, they are called as refrain, or you can also say a group of phrase which is repeated in the poem is called refrain. And there is one example of inversion too. Inversion means when the subject verb order is reversed. So that is also underlined there. Whichever way I chose, so it is inversion, as well as because W sound, this W, whichever way, WW is a repeated sound, so it is alliteration. My mind MM is repeated, so it is alliteration. If the whole line or phrase is repeated, it is refrain, and when a particular sound is repeated, it is alliteration. And this paragraph talks about the individuality. The poet realized that he can use his own mind and can produce his own thoughts. He discovered a sense of individuality in himself. Okay, so now start the explanation. In the third stanza, the poet deliberates on the same question about when he lost his childhood. He asked himself about possibilities. He wonders about the day he realized that his mind was his own and could use it the way he wants. When he realized that he could produce his own thoughts, which were not bound by anyone. When he sensed his own individuality and separate personality. Was that the day he lost his childhood? And now the last stanza, in which infant, this word has meaning newborn baby. The meaning of this word infant is newborn baby, and you can see there is nothing like alliteration or any other figure of speech. So let me start the explanation only. So in this last stanza, the poet remorses about his lost childhood. He concludes that his childhood had gone to some forgotten place which will never come back. He cherished his innocence, which vanished now and could be only seen in a baby's face. He only has sweet memories of his childhood, which would soon fade away. He also conveyed a message that the innocence of childhood stays till the time one is an infant, and that is all he knows. So I hope you have understood the poem and the figure of his speeches, as well as all the important details I have now shared with you. And now I am going to sum up with a very important question. Which do you think are the most poetic lines and why? So according to me, the most poetic lines are, "It went to some forgotten place that is hidden in an infant's face. That is all I know." So if the question will be why, so you'll have to mention the reason also. So here you can mention, the poet beautifully describes the disappearance of his childhood. He talks about how one can find innocence in an infant's face. It is a process of life that an individual grows up and slowly starts understanding the concept of the world and people around them. During childhood, a person believes in things that are not true or has a different set of reality. When the child grows up and is able to process his own thoughts, then he realizes that many things don't exist the way he thought them to be. So this way I have finished today's video. For any further queries, you can contact me. So it's time to say thank you. Thank you for watching. In our next video, I will start prose, and Silk Road is, I think, the chapter which we are going to start. You are requested to read the chapter in advance so that you can understand properly. So right now we have only 2 more chapters after this chapter. That will be the end of the syllabus for this year. Okay, thank you once